Apis mellifera capensis, or the Cape honeybee, is very special and unique because the unmated female worker bee can lay both male and female eggs, while virtually all other unmated subspecies can only lay male eggs. The practicality of this is if a capensis queen becomes unproductive or dies, she can be replaced, while in any other subspecies the hive will degenerate and eventually die.
So what you're busy doing is you are an experiment in the making for the all 8 or 9 years that you've been busy with this. You keep on learning from what the bees do, how they do it, and you have a holistic approach to this.
Yeah, totally.
So tell me a little bit more, explain to me what this holistic approach is all about.
Derek, it's really based on, firstly, respect for the bees and the fact that bees are essential for our survival as mankind.
Yeah.
I've got 2 kids. Their future, what would the future hold for my grandchildren if there are no bees around, no honeybees? Can science develop that faster? We can create something else for a world population that's booming. That's the first thing. Is this overall sort of called macro thing, is to try and get the message out that our bees are essential. Our Cape honeybee is totally unique. Worldwide beekeepers are jealous of it.
Yeah.
They're jealous of our beekeepers. Yeah. You can ask Eddie Hart with his traps around Europe and so on. Oh, my capensis bees. We've had American professors coming here sampling them. All these sort of things, you know. Yeah. But we still believe that we are totally against things like artificial feeding. Sugar dustings, because bees collect nectar, they don't collect sugar unless it's offered to them, but that's artificial. No pollen substitutes, definitely no queen rearing to harvest royal jelly, no killing bees to get the bee venom, which is worth a lot of money, used for apitherapy for things like arthritis and rheumatism. So we're totally against those type of things. We are for things made out of beeswax, excess beeswax, out of propolis, honey, because these things in their raw form are exceptionally healthy. But what we like to do from the holistic approach is work in the life cycle of the bee, try to be ahead of them. In other words, what are they going to need next? Do they need more space? Do they need less space to keep warm for winter? And to try to be ahead of them, but in their natural life cycle. And hopefully with that love and respect, they'll give us a surplus of honey, which we can share with everyone in the Southern Cape.
Now, I've been with you to your hives, and I've seen how calm the bees are that you have in your hives. And this is not something that has just happenstance. This, I believe, is got to do with the way you handle the bees.
Yeah, I love them. I get teary.
I've got
ultimate respect for them. Mankind can learn so much. There's not one bee that works for its own agenda. You know, every bee works for the collective colony community. It's a beautiful example. There's a wonderful book called The Honeybee Democracy by Dr. Tom Seeley in America. And it's very technical, but this whole feeling how every bee works for the common good, even when the bees collectively say we're going to do this, there's not one honeybee who says, I'm not going along.
I've got to be part of this,
I've got to be part of that because that's good for all of us. You know?
That's the fantastic thing for me that you're doing, is the fact that you're willing to learn from the bees. And this is the thing that teaches you how to do it. And I think this is going to lead to a lot of success. All right, so there's a big thing about people that call like pest exterminators and stuff to come and get rid of honeybees in their houses. Tell us, is this the right way to go about it, or how should we go about it?
Derek, if bees are poisoned, or firstly by inference, the law says that there is no registered pesticide for killing bees. So by inference, it's illegal to kill honeybees. Now, the other thing is, if you open the wall and you poison bees, you leave the combs behind. Next summer, when those combs warm up, you don't solve the problem. Another lot of bees will move in next door.
Because they smell that old wax and the old honey
and the old propolis. They'll smell it and they'll move in, and the problem will just continue until you actually have them removed. So, properly removed, that area closed up completely and bee-proofed. The thing of poisoning is just not a solution.
It's a short-term thing.
It's a short-term thing from a point of view, even financially. You know, if you're going to have bees poisoned year after year after year, it's going to cost you. But if you have the bees removed from a practical financial point of view, you have the bees removed once off and the area completely bee-proofed,
Yeah.
end of problem. So it's definitely not, from a moral point of view, for the future, our future generations,
makes a lot
with
of
bees
sense.
dying. You know, in Europe, in the UK, 50% of bees have disappeared over the winter. Again, in 2013. It's morally wrong for the survival of future generations.
Yeah.
We can't have them look back and say, what were our grandparents doing, you know?
Yeah.
What I find often, what we have found sometimes, people are resistant to price. But what I'd like to do is take the opportunity when we do the bee removal is to sometimes take a bee veil with me
Yeah.
and to introduce those people to the bees from a point that they are now protected with protected gear.
All right.
And
yeah.
it's amazing that once people have experienced them, how the honeybees actually touch them, and also how they then consider that this longer term permanent solution is really the
It's
only
really
option.
the only option.
Yeah, at the end of the
best
day.
option, is the only option.
It's the only option, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
No, just protect the Cape honeybee.
All right.